Hi, my name is Jazmin, and I'm going to teach you today some general soccer skills for the third grade. Today, our specific TEKs are going to concern traveling in specialized movements, demonstrating mature movement forms, and identifying components of games that can be modified to make the games and participants more successful. The objective is going to be to teach the students how to control the soccer ball while dribbling, passing, and receiving, all while having to learn to work together. For this activity, we will need one soccer ball and 2 cones per group. So for our warm-up lesson today, we really want to begin your class by jogging 4 laps around either the gymnasium or the field, whichever you will be using. And it is very imperative that the students warm up their muscles before moving on to stretching. Then the teacher will need to choose 2 students to be the stretching leaders. Next, all the students will begin performing a series of stretching. If students do not properly stretch before participating in any type of physical activity, there's a high risk of injury and or a pulled muscle. So the first thing the children are going to do activity-wise is going to be a dribbling one that's called Ball Like Beckham. And he is actually a world-renowned soccer player who plays for the USA team, and he is especially known for his dribbling. So it might be really fun if you even incorporate a little video clip of him before you do the activity. It is very important that the children learn to dribble because it's a key skill that later leads to various skills such as shooting and overall ball control. This bad habit can stunt progression of speed and other skills such as shooting if it's not learned properly. So before beginning the activity, I will ask the class if anyone has any questions, and if the students are struggling to understand, I might even ask a classmate who does understand to volunteer to demonstrate to the class how to perform. So the children will be broken into teams of 5, and the children will be numbered 1 through 5, so all the 1s go together, all the 2s go together, etc. And then, in order to introduce the skill of dribbling, each team will be lined up on a line. And parallel to each team, even with our cone that they already have, you're going to put another cone so many feet or yards in front. And then, after the signal of a whistle, each team will have one person dribble to a designated cone and back. In order for the next team member to proceed, the dribbler must go down and come back and high-five the next person in line. Once all members have completed the task, then the class will then progress to the next skill. You really want to emphasize the importance of tapping the ball with the sides of their feet opposed to the very top of their feet or their toes, because that way, if you do it that way, then they're usually going to lose control of the ball and then they're not skill building.
Set your cones a set distance apart. I advise you to start out with smaller distances and then progress to larger ones once you have increased your ability to dribble. First, you want to set your ball directly to the left of your toes if you're right-footed. However, directly set your feet to the right of your toes if you're left-footed. Make sure whichever foot you're not striking with is the one planted behind the ball. Once you are in the correct stance, you may moderately strike your ball. As you can see, the ball moved slightly forward. Now bring up your opposite foot that has not made contact with the ball and move it immediately to greet the ball. As the foot is accepting the ball, notice how the ball is pushed back in the direction where the original foot was. Now your other foot accepts the ball, and then you pass it and accept. Pass and accept until you reach the other cone.
During this activity and the next one, it is very important to monitor the way that the students are receiving the ball. It's really important that the receiver is really cradling the ball, again, with the inside of their foot. If not, like I said before, the ball control is compromised, and this can oftentimes be a difficult skill to obtain at first, so be aware of that. As the teacher, you really want to remain mobile throughout the classroom or the gymnasium and make sure that you're helping students who are struggling, or if balls are flying, that's usually a really big indicator that a student needs help. So for the next activity, it's going to be a little bit more progressed than the previous, and it's called So You Think You Can Dribble. It is a progressed dribbling activity. So again, the students will dribble to the designated cone, but this time they will pass the ball to their teammate on the opposite end, and once the ball is received with the inside of the foot, the child that is receiving the ball will dribble and then complete the pass until all the team members have completed the task.
As you can see, I have set up 2 cones a set distance apart in order to begin dribbling. Remember, we want to use the inside of our foot, keep control of the ball until we reach the other side. Now that I've reached the other side, now I'm going to use my planter foot and then bring my other back foot behind me and bring it forward using the side of my foot, and my partner receives it.
Once the basic skills of dribbling are perceived and indicated, one way to ensure skill building is to increase the level of mastery. For example, there are several ways that you can go about doing this. I think a few fun ways might do like a sort of keep away with a big circle and everybody has a ball and they have to, try to maybe steal other people's balls. Or another way is that you can simply just increase the speed of the dribbling. Like maybe instead of jogging, they have to sprint. Another one that you can do is dribble in between cones as fast as they can. By doing so, the students are forced to truly learn how to keep the ball and close and in control. By challenging your students in ways that they may not have been previously introduced to them, provides the children the opportunity to really push themselves. Hopefully you will see the students traveling in specialized movements, demonstrating mature movement forms, and identifying components of games that can be modified to make the games and participants more successful. More times than not, when you push the students to excel outside of their comfort zone, they will usually surprise you and themselves. Not only is this a great lesson for physical education, but it doubles as a great life lesson as well. Thanks for watching.